Hey, MJ here. Quickly looking at finding the slope for some of these harder patterns. So let's just pick one at random here. Let's pick Mark's. Great name, Mark. Oh, how do I actually see the thing? I want to see the thing. Is it here? No. I don't want to see the answers. I want to see the. Okay. So when we get the pattern, the land the plane here, the line, okay, what we need to do is we need to look at what we can get out of it, okay? So let's erase this. When we're trying to write the equation for these lines, we don't care about the y or the x because we want the whole line. So we're going to know it's going to be y equals, I'm just going to put a question mark here for now, x, and then it's going to be maybe plus b. It's maybe going to be take away b, or maybe more accurately adding a negative b, okay? Now in this case, we can see the plane, it looks like it crosses right through 0. So I'm going to just add a plus 0. You could also leave it blank because it doesn't change the algebra, obviously, but let's just put that in there because it's something we at least know, is the b is really easy to spot. Now, what's not so easy to spot is the slope, okay? And in class we talked about, it's not really a grade 7 thing, but this is why it's a bonus. So for the normal test, you're not going to need to do this, but it's good to know. And for the bonus, you probably will need to do this. So we talked about how it's rise over run, okay? And that's a fraction. Wow, that's a nice R. So the rise is how much uppy or downy it goes, and the run is how much left to righty it goes, or right to lefty it goes, okay? So rise over run, all right? So let's take a look. So we have to find 2 points that are like obvious, right? So like if I look inside this runway, there's a lot of points that are hard to tell exactly what they are because they're like not on the little crosses. And by the little crosses, I mean like the grid spaces, right? Like if a point is right on that cross, it's really easy to tell what it is. If it's like floating in here, then I don't really know what, like, is it, you know, well, what is this be? So -1, -2, is it -2.5? Is it -2.75? Like, it's kind of impossible to tell, but when it's right on a line, it's easy to spot. Now, they've actually given us 2 points. They've given us this point down here and this point up here, okay? But they're kind of like far apart. I could use those points, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep this 5, 5, 1, okay? Remember, it's 5x, right? 5 on the x and 5 on the y. I'm going to look for another point that's really, really clear, and I'm going to take this one right here. Okay, there's a point right there that's right in the middle of the runway. The white line is on it, so I know it's exactly that point, okay? And this point is +1, +2, +3. So we always do the x first in Cartesian plane. So this is 3, 1, 2, 3. That's kind of fortunate, unfortunate, but anyways, x, y always, okay? So now I have 2 points locked down, and I can find the rise over run from these 2 points. Well, so from point 3, it goes to point 5. How much does it go up? It goes up 1, 2, okay? So my rise is going to be 2 rise, and it's +2 because it's going up. If this runway was going down, it would be -2, okay? But it's not. It's +2. And now what's the run? It goes from 3 to 4 to 5. So this is a 2/2 rise over run, aka 2/2 is just one whole. So this becomes actually quite easy to solve, and I can just put this in as 1x or just leave it as no x, and if I submit this, I should land the plane. I do. Okay, so that one wasn't too hard because it was a nice whole number, as it turns out. Let's see if we get a trickier one. Oh, these are kids' answers. Let's see if we get a trickier one. Let's try Esther's. Oh, this is Esther's answer. I don't want Esther's answer. I want Esther's challenge. Oh, hers looks like it's the same. Where's one that's a little harder? Let's try Dammy's. So let's take a look. This one we've got already, you can see it's a little funky. It's got something weird going on. Let's try again. Same thing. Let's try to find our 2 points to get our rise over run, to get our slope, how much it goes up versus how much it goes over. So let's take the 2 points they gave us this time because let's just save a little time. But you can take any 2 points as long as you know for sure. But when I look up this runway, they're kind of always, the line's in the middle all the time, right? So it's really hard to tell. I mean, this point's probably good, but even that one's, it's tricky to see. So let's erase this for a sec so that we don't have the answer. And let's take a look again. So we do have 2 points given to us. So why not just use those 2 points? So from here, it's at 0, -5. Okay? And here, it's -2, 3. So how much does it rise? We're going from -5, right, which is how low the plane is, all the way up to 3. So it's going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7. Okay, 6, 7, 8. So our rise here is 8, and it's positive 8. Just like temperature. If it was -5 and now it's positive 3, we've gone up 8 degrees. So we have our rise, 8. Now we need our run. It goes from 0, and it travels -1, -2. Okay, because it's gone 2 this way. I don't know if my thumb's the right way. It looks wrong in the picture. But anyways, you get the point. It's gone -2 instead of +2. So I'm going to put a -2 down there. Okay, that's my rise over run, -8/2. Well, 8/2 is the same as 4/1, which is the same as 4. So this is the equivalent of -4. Okay, so now I've got my rise over run. I'm ready to build my equation. Okay, because that's the hardest part to find. The rest of it's pretty easy. So again, it's y equals, because I don't care what the y is. Well, I do care what the y is. I want all the y's and all the x's, because I want the whole line, not just a pinpoint, right? So y equals, m is our slope. We said -4. X, we want all the x's, so I put in an x. And now I need to look at my y-intercept. My y-intercept is way down at -5, okay? Because that's where the line would go through y, -5. So I need to take away 5 here. And hopefully, that should land our plane. It did. Now, if I had left the equation as the answer we got, which was, I can turn on my fractions here, which we actually got was 8 over -2. If I leave it like that, it will still work. Okay, so you can leave the fraction as a fraction. Now, if perhaps on the bonus I ask you to find, where's the plane going to be at x25 or something like that, well, then you might not be able to use that unless you've got a funky calculator, right? You're going to have to convert it into like a whole number. Now, I'm not going to give you, 9 over -2 or something that's really difficult to convert into a whole number. It's going to have decimals and stuff like that. So it's going to be something clean, but that's it, okay? So that's how you find rise over run. Hopefully that's helpful. How do I stop this video? Let's find out. End. Bye.